Yo guys, what's going on? Raviin Matrix here, coming at you guys with our podcast version 2. Today we are joined by Luxiee and Matrix, so if you guys want to introduce yourselves, now's the time.
Hi, I'm Matrix. I'm not a rock star at all.
Oh. I'm Luxiee and I'm a porn star.
Well. My name's Raviin and I suck dick for bus friends, still walk home. Right, so today's topic, you might be wondering, for the viewers anyway, because this will probably be getting over 1,000 views now that I had a female in my video, so be sure to leave a like for that. But today's topic is a bit different. Now, Keemstar recently uploaded on Twitter, well, it wasn't recent really, it was when the Tfue and FaZe drama was actually relevant. I mean, it kind of still is, considering there's a court case. Just like someone declining my card after I scammed them from a porn video. I accidentally never paid them, and it's my biggest regret to this day. But
Rip.
That's anyway, a heavy rip.
Major rips in the chat, boys.
Yeah.
Nah, but obviously I'm drinking G Fuel right now because it's gonna get more heated. Now, I know I'm not making any sense so far.
Sweating again.
Oh, you
sweating.
Why are you interrupting me? Why are you interrupting me?
Why are you do this?
What you bully?
When you're up at 3 AM masturbating and your Fitbit automatically talks to you. Why are you running? Why is my mic not staying still? It's actually becoming like a major fear. Whoa, that ear rape was just too much there. I mean, it's already 1 minute and 50 seconds in, and if you're watching it to this point, honestly, I feel sorry for you guys. But today's topic is mainly about what Keemstar put on his channel about the whole FaZe Banks and Tfue situation. Now, before we get into this video, I've got a question for you guys that are featured in this podcast right now, considering there's only 3 of us here. Now, the question is, FaZe Banks or Tfue?
I don't know, I've mixed emotions about both of it.
Oh, well, it's time to kill myself. Nah, wait, well, would you say that FaZe Tfue, well, it's not even FaZe Tfue anymore, would you say Tfue's video was scripted?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%.
Your mic cut out there, Matrix. I don't know if that was just for me, but I bet you've got push to talk on, don't you?
Yeah, he probably does.
He's not even replying at this point.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Why do you keep putting it back on? He's got it back on, hasn't he?
No, I took it off.
Right, that's good. Right, now I can hear you. So, what are your thoughts on the whole situation?
I don't know. It's just, I think it's like all like kind of like a big waste of time. Like, I don't know.
To be honest, man, like, I've seen a lot of like statements made by FaZe Banks, as obviously I follow FaZe Banks and not really Tfue.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I'm looking at it right now, I'm on my tablet, reading all this stuff. There's the FaZe team, FaZe Clan itself, released a statement from the FaZe Clan about the contracts. It says here's a 7 minute 15 seconds long video. But yeah, so
Yeah, I watched that video. I
haven't seen that yet.
It's basically talking about like the contracts and like the very first contract that Tfue keeps going on about. He keeps going on about this one contract that basically started him off with FaZe, obviously. Now, FaZe were basically taking 80% of his earnings from pretty much it was from sales that FaZe actually got him. So they only so throughout his whole career they only took 60 grand, which is basically nothing to what he earns. So I don't know where all this talk is coming from. And as FaZe Banks stated, and so did, like, obviously if you watched that FaZe video, what they were basically explaining is that they offered him 5 different contracts, whereas him earning 1 million a month, and he just gave no feedback on it all, and he's doing all this drama just to basically apparently start his own organisation and to basically stand up for the community, when really deep down we all know it's just for him to earn more.
Yeah, I think that one of the biggest issues is obviously he's lying about the whole like income sort of situation.
Oh, definitely.
But like from what I've seen, I think what's happening is obviously he's signed a 3-year contract, and there's no really any way to get out of that 3-year contract.
Other than to terminate.
And so he's obviously, and he's obviously just created this big, huge, massive dispute to find the easiest way out of this kind of like loophole, I guess. And just so that he can make his new organization, which is called Peen, I think.
Yeah.
Which is a really kind of immature name, you know, like you leave FaZe and join a clan called fucking Peen, but
oh wait, is it?
So yo, Tfue 1v1 me, Rainbow Six right now.
1v1 me on Minecraft. I'll destroy you with my level 9 diamond pickaxe, bro.
It's just, but it is though. It's immature, man. It's stupid. Like, all he had to like, fair enough. There's been a whole like situation where he constantly tried to get in contact with that, which is true. But Banks has obviously said that, you know, they have been in contact and stuff like that. Obviously, at first he was like, we were blindsided by it, and a lot of people were kind of like, they were saying that no one was blindsided and stuff because they didn't know. But what people forget to realise that what Banks meant by being blindsided was by the initial claim that the contract was it was the issue itself that Tfue was trying to bring on to people that that Banks and the FaZe Clan were blindsided by. You know, they knew well ahead of time that Tfue was trying to leave and stuff, but they never realised that he was going to come out with all this fucking shit, basically, trying to cause like massive beef for absolutely no reason, just so that he could leave.
Because you wouldn't exactly try and sue a company. That's just like me trying to leave Senior after they've like gave me like 4 different contracts. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna sue you guys just because I want to leave and start my own organization. But the main thing, like, that I thought, like, obviously I had this talk with you a few days ago, Luxiee, like a few days ago, how we were on about like how it's weird that all of a sudden Tfue gets a girlfriend who happens to be Jake Paul's girlfriend, and for that to even happen when Jake Paul all of a sudden comes into the scene where he's like friends with FaZe Banks all of a sudden. But in the end, we've all known that Jake Paul just wants to basically ruin FaZe Banks' career, and he picked the worst timing, especially, well, Tfue did, because he's had all year to actually plan this, where to leave FaZe, and all of a sudden FaZe Banks and Jake Paul are in contact. This all happens, so I mean, are you like seeing a bit of a connection here?
Yeah, I am.
Sorry, I had to mute myself there for a second. I just had an issue with the family. Yeah. Not an issue, but you know.
Wait, did you hear everything I said there? Yeah. It just went pure silent.
Can you hear me alright?
Yeah, I can hear you. Wait, did you hear everything I said there?
I heard most of it, yeah, but I was talking to my sister just about something that she needed help with.
Alright.
Sorry.
No, I was just seeing if you just like saw the same connection, whereas I do, like obviously with the Jake Paul situation and that. And I was basically just asking.
Yeah. But that's the thing that we were discussing the other day, was it not? About how like you think that there may be like a very strong kind of issue with the fact that Tfue is Jake Paul's girlfriend's best pal's pal or something like that.
best friends, friends, sisters, uncles, sisters, friend.
But like basically, like obviously Tfue is kind of like, I mean, obviously there's the Jake Paul and Banks incident that happened a while ago.
With Alyssa Violet.
Yeah, with the Alyssa Violet and stuff. And obviously if Tfue's on Jake Paul's side, not necessarily Jake Paul himself, but with Tana's friend's side, I think is what was said. I can't really remember the whole issue with it all, but it kind of like does leave a little mark, kind of question mark, sort of issue.
Yeah, because
but I don't know how that would, like, it could play a part, but probably not the biggest part. The biggest part is obviously about this new team that he wants to make and stuff. These organisations, sorry.
Like, it's basically just theories that people come up with. I mean, especially when Keemstar written it all down and everything. And obviously I was going to make a video on it, and I actually had all the information, and then as soon as I started making the video, I was like, is it going to be worth it though? I mean, I probably should have done it, but then I realised it would be best, like, to explain it with other people in a podcast.
Yeah.
Because, like, the fact
it does make sense, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think there's too many other kind of key points that play a part in this whole story with Tfue, Banks. Not necessarily Banks. It never really involved Banks. I think it was just to be I think it was because it was him that owns the team, and he was like really good friends with Turner and stuff. So it's kind of like it lays the issue of kind of like trust and the liability of certain subjects that obviously haven't been mentioned yet. Well, they have been mentioned, but they haven't been talked about, stuff like that, because obviously that would just become a very worse scenario than what everything is now.
Wait, where did Matrix go?
I think, yeah, I was just going to say, Matrix just left. He was on mute for a while.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, because the little green circle that comes on when you speak goes red.
Yeah. Probably got triggered about the fact that he's probably on Tfue's side.
Probably. Wouldn't put it past us.
I mean, it's just made it awkward now. It's just a normal chat between us because we normally talk about this anyway.
Yeah, we talk about like all the things. Yeah.
And now we have to act like pure professional because it's going on YouTube. Otherwise, the pattern would just get too mainstream for the viewers.
I mean, it wouldn't be too mainstream. That's the thing about podcasts, though, man. Like, they're supposed to be professional. They're like supposed to attract like the mature. I don't know how the more mature audience. The people that are like in their 20s, 30s, maybe they're into gaming and stuff like that. Yeah. That understand like the level of like kind of seriousness that we're talking about. Your other videos about Fortnite and stuff like that, or reactions, that's for kind of like any age range really, but podcasts are usually always for like the mature audience.
Yeah, probably best to not have any like 16-year-olds on this podcast again.
Yeah, man, because they don't really understand it. I think that's why he left, because he doesn't really. I'm not going to badmouth or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it like usually younger people don't tend to understand the certain kind of like how I explain things is a lot mature, as obviously. Yeah. And obviously younger people aren't going to be able to like agree with us or disagree because they don't really have a clue what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? Like, they probably know the issue, they know what we're talking about, but
they just don't know like the level that we're talking about. Like we're going to
like
others like deeper stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here, have you seen the
I'm happy just to
what's it called?
Be the one-on-one talk.
Have you seen like the Deji and KSI beef?
I have not. No, I haven't actually.
Deji exposed KSI. No, it's on YouTube.
Again?
Deji made a 45-minute video exposing KSI throughout the years. KSI is done for. So you know how Deji was on like 9.7 million for the past year or so? He's after this video, he's now closing into 9.9 million. And KSI is losing subs like heavily. It's insane.
I'm looking through Deji's Twitter now, trying to see if I can
Yeah, I don't think Deji's put anything on Twitter.
Sorry.
I think it was like more of KSI, because KSI was pure like, because obviously Deji was talking about like how he felt like suicidal and that throughout the video, and obviously KSI would have seen that, and KSI just put the shocking stuff on Twitter. He was like, when you learn to just not give a fuck anymore, lol, and then stuff like that, and it was just like, wow, you really have no respect for your family. Like, he got exposed like throughout the years.
I've seen that actually. I've seen this right now. 1 day ago he posted, "Life is so much better when you just don't care anymore. Anyway, can't wait to do a Reddit video soon. Need to do a 1-question video too."
Yeah. And then fucking like Deji was like pure, he was pure spilling his heart out by it, like saying like things to do with like 2012 up to the previous. Like everyone's known, like obviously Deji's been the weaker one out of KSI and Deji. Like throughout all the KSI's videos with Deji,
yeah, like
something's always happening with Deji, like abuse.
Deji's always been the underdog sort of thing.
Yeah. And then as soon as he spoke about how he was feeling over the years, especially with KSI using him as basically a punching bag, like Deji was going on to like more mainstream things about how he's made him actually feel suicidal and shit. And then for obviously he was like crying out for his brother and shit, and then for KSI to react the way he did, he's basically just done what Logan Paul and Jake Paul have done.
Yeah.
So we can't really criticize anyone anymore, considering he just went down to their level.
So I'm reading 2 tweets. Both 1 day ago. First one's, "Imagine making a Tate V2 video and thinking I'm going to reply. He even put ads in the video, lol, 40 plus minutes exposed videos on new diss tracks." And then the one above it is, "Oh no, I'm losing subs. Let me try and find a fuck to give. I've been doing this YouTube thing for too long to care about shit like that. Subs don't even matter anymore these days. The kid only talks to me publicly for self-gain, so I just don't care anymore."
Like if that was true, then Deji would be way more than where he is at now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you wouldn't make a video announcing... Exactly, he hasn't gained much over the years, so why would he do it all of a sudden? I mean, even people are speaking about how, like, KSI has been... And even Deji exposed him for the main thing, whereas, like, obviously you wouldn't go for someone... Well, basically what happened was Deji exposed him mainly on the fact that Deji was speaking to someone for, like, 1.5 years. KSI swooped in and shagged her. When he knew that Deji liked her and shit. Like, why would you even do that to your brother? It's just
stupid.
And then KSI was trying to like...
I think the beef that KSI's kind of always involved in, it's always been really immature stuff. Like, it's like, do you ever remember a time where the beef was really actually like not necessarily like appropriate, but just kind of like actually concerning? Like his side of the story was never not the beef itself. Sorry, I worded that wrong. But like, you know, like on Deji's side, fucking, you know, it's serious, but obviously on KSI's side, it's just he's immature. He's trying to kind of take the piss out of it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Like,
and it was like that with Logan Paul and all that. Although that was kind of, to be fair, that was, both of them were slightly immature, but I think there was just a more serious act to it with Logan. And I think that's one of the reasons why KSI has always kind of been the bigger person in the beef. That whatever beef has been, he's always been the bigger person because he doesn't take it serious. You know, he doesn't take it personally. He just takes the fucking rip out of it. He uses it as bait. You know.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he won the fight, and both fights for that matter. You know, whereas like, you know, Deji being serious about all this sort of stuff, it's kind of obviously impacting on himself, but it's not getting him the reaction from his brother that he was hoping for. Obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be carried on this whole fucking time.
Exactly, because Deji's made so many videos about this, and I think this is the final time Deji's going to publicly announce this, because even so at this rate, I mean, for someone to actually come out that their own brother was making them feel suicidal, and that's another level that most YouTubers wouldn't go through.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And you could literally see the sadness and depression in Deji's face when he was saying all that, so you could tell he was being serious. Because you know when Deji's not being serious, he ends up screaming and shit. But
yeah, you can always see that little smirk in his face and shit as well.
Yeah, But for a video like that, especially because you could tell he was sweating and everything in that video, that's when you know. Because when I was watching the video, you could literally see the sweat drips from his t-shirt. You could see like the actual sweat marks. So you know he was sitting there for a long time and not being edited or that. So you know he said that in basically just not even 2 takes really.
Right. So there's a lot of shit going on, I think, around like social media about the big people as well. Like it's not even just like small things either. It's like both of these issues are fucking huge.
But I think what's made it worse is KSI is literally his ego. It's
his ego's huge.
His
ego's too big.
As big as his forehead. Hence why he wears a bandana.
Man, I'm still wondering what's under that bandana. Like.
Probably mold.
Yeah.
Probably
some sort of foreskin cheese. Probably.
Probably his girlfriend that he's been hiding.
His fucking V card. Might even fight Madly McCann under that shit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Probably shouldn't say stuff like that. Probably end up getting banned.
I mean, I don't know. I think KSI just like took us like he's been losing loads of subs after that video. So you know it's like serious when even his fans are telling him to actually respect his brother. Because usually his fans would be like, oh, it's just Deji being Deji. But after that video was released, and when they realised what KSI was about after his reaction, like, oh, I'm not even going to make a video on it. Like, fair play, not going to make a video. It's how you act on social media. That's just basically proved it all. Like, you don't need to talk about it. It's just your reaction to it.
Yeah. The actions that you reflect onto your problems, and kind of they also reflect on your own self-image towards other people. Coming out with the big quotes and that, you know.
Work hard, dream big. Use code it's JKOG on Fortnite. I mean, I don't know.
So my Twitter's just hit 700, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I want to know how you've done it, because you've like.
I don't even know, bro. So this guy, he's a Russian guy. He's called Alec, like, so it's ALEC, and we were like just having like a massive dispute on a tweet, and he was just mentioning me all the time, and I think I've just ever since then, it's that or somebody's botted me, dude. I don't even fucking know, but
someone bought
like
my YouTube.
From whatever the tweet is. Eh?
Someone bought my YouTube. I need the recognition.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is, man, but like at the same time, usually when you're botted, you don't get active people at all, whereas I'm getting actives, so I'm not really sure what to think of it, but they're all like half of them are at least Russian or from that area, Ukrainian. I don't even fucking know, man. The language looks the fucking same to me, but
Here, have you seen that like Chernobyl series that's just came out?
I haven't. I've seen like maybe 5 seconds of the trailer.
Honestly. Right, so
I just got another follower, new Volk. Dude, it's insane, man. It feels good, but at the same time, I'm dodgy about it. You know, mixed emotions towards it, because like I was grinding hard to try and get to 500, and I was like 50 away for about 2-3 months, man. And
all of a sudden
now
you're
I'm fucking 200 away from 1,000. You know, 300 away. Sorry.
That's mad. You'll be hitting that. Wait, I'm pretty sure I hit 1,000 when I was on the bus with you. Something like that.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
That was mad.
Oh, it's quality.
Nah, you should definitely see that Chernobyl series, because like obviously I'm into all that stuff, and it's really good. Like it shows you like basically.
Is it on Netflix or?
It's on Sky, I believe, but you can watch it online, like 123 Movies and that, I think.
Yeah, sweet. I should probably put the link into the description for people that are wondering what 123 Movies is.
I'll be sure to do that. Wait, shall I just like wrap up this podcast? It's been going on for 25 minutes.
I mean, how long did your last one go for?
Like 22 minutes.
Eh?
22 minutes.
10 minutes?
22.
Ugh. If you want to wrap it up, you can wrap it up, yeah.
I mean, Wait.
I'll definitely be in the next one though.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think I think I'm gonna live stream it next time. Because obviously I'll have my PC. And for you guys that are watching this video, will be uploaded tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. So the next day I will be live streaming my first time actually playing Fortnite PC or whatever, you know. So I'm gonna be very bad. So just bear with me for me to actually get into keyboard and mouse if I'm not using my controller. That is. But yeah, you should totally like check out Luxiee in the comments. Check it in the description. Also, his Twitter link will be in the description. Everything will be in the description. Luxiee, if you want to give yourself like an outro or something.
Well, thank you for having me in the podcast.
No problem.
I hope to be in further ones, and make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Yeah.
Actually, I'll just let you do my outro. Well, right? So I'm just gonna wrap it up here, but I will let. Wait, you know how I end my videos there, like the one word before I like just end it.
No, not really.
Wait, really? You don't know the
Yeah.
peace?
Oh yeah.
That's literally how I always end it. It's just like a peace, and then.
That's your thing, man. I'm not gonna steal your thunder. No chance. You do that. That's your thing.
I've been wanting someone to do it for ages instead of me, like, because you know, like that feeling when someone actually uses something you usually do, and it's just like, fucking yes, come on.
Keyboard.
Actually, I'm not even gonna end it here. I'm gonna literally say one thing as well. So most of you who don't know, I'm currently on the grind to 2,500 subscribers. Right now, we're 25 away from 2.1k. I mean, we did hit it, but then YouTube does this thing. The algorithm is messed up where I gain like 50 and then they take away like.
It keeps removing inactive subs.
So stay active, and I will be having merch. Most of you guys have been asking on Twitter when I will be releasing merch, and that's just whenever I get paid basically. And I've just wasted all my money. I'm actually getting a double monitor. I'm getting LED lighting. Hopefully a brand new green screen. But I will be recording a lot more, but at the minute my Xbox is broke. It's honestly just gave up. I've had it for like 4 or 5 years now, and it's finally time to say goodbye. But I will be getting a new one. But like I said, just bear with me on the PC stuff, because if I do use a keyboard and mouse, I am a complete noob at it. But I will be also live streaming CSGO and stuff like that, and hopefully some Minecraft, because you know Minecraft's lit. I'm not joking when I say I might be actually live streaming Minecraft, because I might, and it's a possibility that I might actually make a series on it, because I actually did enjoy Minecraft as a 15-year-old virgin. I mean, I'm sure most of us did.
Yeah, I think most of it is Roblox for me, like, but yeah.
Roblox? Oh, nah, it was all about Club Penguin for me. Before it got taken down.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's been going on. This podcast has been going on for 28 minutes. I apologise, but if you have stuck in this far, then honestly, thank you guys, you're the best. Subscribe to join hashtag Team Raviin. And like I said, merch will be out somewhere around September, October, and I will be announcing a few things over the next few weeks, because we've got some lit things. I've got vlogs on the way for when I actually do go to Greece, so it'll be this time next month. But I will be inactive for a week, because that's how long I'm going to be there. But I will be doing vlogs, so I'll be like doing day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, like I did like before my YouTube got hacked. I had like 200 uploads, and they used to hit between 700 and 1,000 views per video. That's how lit it was. But anyway guys, I want to thank you personally for helping me to get to where I am today. I want to thank Luxiee for joining this podcast, and also Matrix for, you know, just abandoning this podcast without giving a warning, like, oh yeah, by the way, I need to go.
Yo, fuck you, Matrix.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. But anyway guys, it's been your boy Raviin, and I was waiting for you to say an outro as well there.
Well, just again, thanks for having me on. Follow me, fam, at Original Luxiee
on Twitter. And Depressive Happy?
Depressive Happy.
Yeah.
Depressive Happy on Instagram.
Got you, fam.
If you want that Snapchat clout, just check the bio. Yeah.
And also check the comments, because I'll be pinning it. I'm absolutely pinning that nice. Bitch, fam. Right. But anyway guys, it's been your boy Raviin, it's been your boy Luxiee, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!